I married him because he's like my dad. He's very loyal, very compassionate, so funny, an awesome guy.
Married life feels 1,000% different than when we were dating.
They have sources that are confirming that this is the reason. It's not what you've been reading online.
So it looks like the Jeannie Mai situation is getting hella messy because Tamar Braxton just confirmed that the divorce might have been Jeannie's fault. Jeannie and Tamar used to be co-host on The Real, so Tamara has been feeling some real time inside her teeth when she pretty much confirmed that Jeannie cheated on Jeezy with Mario Lopez. Now, if you thought that the situation was bad before, well, hold on to your butts because the drama just got real.
Finding love and finding what healthy, solid relationships can look like in order to even foster a family, that was something I never saw.
Now, I don't know if you'll have been following this whole Jeannie Mai and Jeezy divorce saga, but the situation just keeps getting crazier by the day. What initially seemed like your typical celebrity divorce has turned into a roller coaster of drama that nobody saw coming. In case all missed the drama, Jeezy dropped their bombshell last week when he fell for divorce from Jeannie out of nowhere now. At first, we kind of assumed that maybe they had some secret marital problems, keeping things low-key, but the confusing part about this is that there was no hints or rumors in the media that there was trouble in paradise for them, so it was kind of like a bombshell of news. But listen, this is where things get wilder. Turns out that Jeannie didn't have a clue about the divorce proceedings. Yeah, you heard that right, Jeezy pulled a fast one on her, blindsided her with those divorce papers, yeah. He had her out here on social media gushing about her love for Jeezy, and then the next thing she knew, he would serve divorce papers. I mean, we all expect a bit of drama with celebrity divorces, but this takes the cake because it's just wild. I mean, a couple of days before he filed, she made a cute little post on Instagram celebrating the success of his new book. He said, "Today I celebrate a remarkable milestone achieved by my husband Jeezy, whose memoir Adversity for Sale has soared the New York Times bestseller list. This moment isn't just a testament to your literary skills, baby, but a recognition of your ability to inspire through the power of storytelling. I'm endlessly grateful for your voice in this world, honored to walk beside you. My love." I mean, honestly, it's very clear that Jeannie had no clue that the divorce bomb was about to drop, because she would have never made that kind of post if she knew that he was about to dump her. But if you thought that that was bad, well, it gets worse from here, because it turns out that Jeezy hid the divorce from her for months. Turns out that Jeezy had actually filed those divorce papers way back in June. I mean, he even had them all signed and notarized way back then, so for a solid 3 months, he was carrying around the knowledge that he was heading for a divorce, all while putting on this facade of being the perfect husband and dad to Jeannie and their daughter Monaco. It's crazy how he kept up the act for so long without dropping a single hint. And this revelation left fans pretty furious. They started painting Jeezy as the villain in the story. And it's not hard to see why he basically pushed Jeannie into compromising her own personal beliefs just to fit the mold of his ideal wife. I mean, think about it. Before they even got together, she was pretty vocal about not wanting to get married again, and that she had no interest in having kids. But once she fell for Jeezy, it was like a total change for her, and she knew that they were meant to be together.
Mama's coming in looking hot today.
Jeezy managed to convince Jeannie to make a complete change in her life plans. I mean, they got married, and then a year later, she gave birth to their daughter Monica. People called Jeezy out for essentially pressuring Jeannie into changing her whole identity and dreams, and then pulling the plug on their marriage out of the blue, leaving her as a single mom. But here's the plot twist. There might be more to this story than we thought. Word on the streets is that Jeezy decided to file for divorce because he got wind of Jeannie having an alleged affair with none other than her co-host Mario Lopez. See, people have been wondering why Jeezy would blindside Jeannie like that, because it's giving psychopaths, but it looks like he might have had a valid reason to want some revenge on her. So then he goes from being a psychopath to being a man seeking revenge. So with these cheating allegations flying around, it starts to make sense why Jeezy might go down this cruel path. It seems like he wanted to get some revenge on Jeannie and maybe even humiliate her in the process. Well, rumors about Jeannie and Mario being more than just colleagues quickly went viral on social media, but it's not entirely far-fetched considering how people had always talked about their undeniable chemistry, even before this divorce bombshell. There were speculations of some flirty vibes between them. This led fans to wonder if there was more to their relationship than met the eye. I mean, just take a look at how they couldn't keep their hands off each other in this video.
See, the thing is, he's watching this, so I can't say I will not allow myself to spill the beans.
There's also the fact that Jeannie herself has admitted that she prefers white men over black men.
Just be 100% honest, Mom. This is good for you and me, because you've never talked about this with anybody.
Yeah.
So saying this and then marry a black man is kind of wild, but it might add up with what people have been saying about how she and Mario have always acted kind of flirty. But what makes this really wild is the fact that Mario had a great personal one-on-one with Jeannie's family, including Jeezy. So duh. This mean that Mario was sneaking around with Jeannie while hanging out with her husband and her child? If that's the case, then that made everything look even worse. I mean,
oh, it was a little bit of paranoia.
the whole situation is Kardashian-level drama, but hold on to your hats because it gets more interesting. An insider spilled the beans to Entertainment Tonight and claimed that the divorce might have a different story behind it. According to this insider, it's all about different views and unmet needs. They said Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's pending divorce stems from different views. They had different views, and each felt like their needs weren't being completely met now. If that's the truth, that's a far cry from cheating, and it has folks thinking maybe that Jeannie and her PR team are trying to do some damage control here. These cheating allegations certainly did a number on her public image, so it wouldn't be surprising if they were trying to clear the air. But wait, there's more. Jeezy threw some serious shade at Jeannie with this cryptic message to focus on who I'm becoming, to focus on who's not coming with me now. It's pretty clear he's not thrilled with Jeannie, and he seems determined to get his lick back by blindsiding her with a divorce and then adding fuel to the fire. Tamar Braxton, who used to be Jennie's co-host on The Real, decided to chip in on the divorce saga, and she hinted that the blame might just fall on Jeannie's shoulders. Now, it's not exactly shocking that Tamar would point fingers at Jeannie. I mean, let's be real, these two never really saw eye to eye, even back when they worked together, and they didn't bother hiding their dislike for each other. And Tamar didn't hold back when she told Jeannie to her face that she didn't like her.
With Jeezy, he's such a good dad, and you know, he has 2 other children, so together we're a huge family already.
In fact, when Jeannie made her super controversial white meat, dark meat statement on the show, Tamar was the only one who gave her grief for this statement, forcing you need to apologize for her insensitive comments.
My mom has a very strong force, and she took over a lot of decisions in the household.
To be fair to Jeannie, Tamar has also been accused of sneak dissing her on the show, and this has caused tensions between both women. Well, in the latest episode of Tamar's new show on Dish Nation, the topic of Jeannie's divorce came up, and this is what Tamar had to say.
Care about you and me. Nothing can ever come between us. No stranger, no family member.
Y'all know what it's starting to look like. Tamar might be on or something here, because the way Jeezy has been handling this divorce situation definitely suggests that he was feeling betrayed. But raise yourselves for the twist in this saga. Source is close to Mario have come forward to confirm the affair. According to one anonymous source, Mario and Jeannie have allegedly been eating some pretty flirty texts for a good now, but they were both keeping it under wraps. But what they didn't know was that Jeezy had allegedly stumbled on the text as early as June, when he first initiated the divorce proceedings. He was apparently holding out, playing the long game, hoping that Jeannie and Mario will come to their senses and put an end to the affair. But when that didn't happen, he decided to pull the trigger on those divorce papers last week. So it looks like Tamar was on to something when she said that Jeannie probably did something foul. Well, the street's been talking some more, saying Tamar is true to form. When they both were hosts on The Real, Jeannie might always struggle with authenticity, and Tamar used to call her out on it. In this case, Tamar was doing her job, and technically she was right. Mind y'all, Tamar spoke up when she said the dark meat comment. Tamar knew what was up from jump. Don't hate on her because she saw the bees at the start, and if it's Suspicion that my shorty cheating with you, and then his footage of you kissing. My baby is gonna be a Miss Under, won't be. A belle that can save a C. Slater from these hands. I can't even front, so what? Do you all think about this as tomorrow, right? About Jeannie cheating on Jeezy, or do you think that she's just being messy because of her past complicated history? With Jeannie, drop your thoughts and comments below.